Sharma, grandfather of Harish Sharma of class 5th B. I like to share with you some experiences and memories of partition. I was born in undivided India, which is now part of Pakistan. At the time of partition, I was very young and we had to leave our motherland with very heavy heart and come back after locking our house. I still remember the lanes in which I was living and my double-storied house, but although that memory is still fresh in my mind, but I had to leave it and come back with my family. And our family was once separated also. They had to go from other route and we came back here with some other route via Lahore. In Lahore, we had to be for one day in a camp in Devi College. We were served with rice without sugar and without salt. And the rice was served on the leaves of tree. After that, we came back to Amritsar where our family again reunited and we were happy to embrace each other. And from there on, we came back to Delhi. But I wish that history should not repeat all this because this was a very bad experience and bitter experience of my life.
Hello everyone, my name is O.P. Kapoor. When India got independence on 15th August 1947, I was 7 years old. I have some faint memories of that happening. A few days before the Independence Day, certain people started selling their properties in our neighborhood and left for the proposed Pakistan. It was 2 days before the Independence Day. During the night, there was a lot of turbulence. Our elders were talking that there is some danger, there will be some danger during the night. So everybody was very preparing for the exigencies. So that was a awful night. After few days, when the great day came, my father sent me to Red Fort along with one of our acquaintances. He took us to Red Fort. There was a huge rush. It was difficult for a child of 7 years to see what was happening clearly. I remember when Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru unfurled the Indian flag. Memories in my about Independence Day, 15th August.
Our armed forces leadership demands character, honor, integrity and dignity of the highest order. I became a paratrooper in special forces. Officers are always first to jump. Each one of you is a potential leader. Do a mirror exercise every day. When you brush your teeth, what you see in the mirror is a unique you who was never born before and will not be born hereafter. You all are extraordinary. Tell this to yourself. Be someone who leaves the people around you with more power, full self expression, freedom, and peace of mind. You then will have the ability to create a future of extraordinary accomplishment.
टाइम पे हम लोग मियाँ चन्नू में रहते थे। मियाँ चन्नू डिस्ट्रिक्ट मुल्तान में था, जो अभी पाकिस्तान में। पार्टीशन होने के बाद हम लोगों को बोला गया कि यहाँ से जाना पड़ेगा आप। हमारे माता पिता जो हैं वो जाने के लिए तैयार नहीं थे। बाद में ऐसे हालात पैदा कर दिए गए कि जिसमें वहाँ पे रहना मुश्किल हो गया। वहाँ मारकाट चालू हो गई, लूट मार चालू हो गई और लोगों ने मतलब वहाँ से भागना शुरू कर दिया। वहाँ से आने के बाद यहाँ पे हम बड़ी मुश्किल से जान बचा के हम आए, ट्रकों के ऊपर आए। ये अपने मतलब लोगों का काफ़ी नुकसान हुआ। हम लोग यहाँ पे आए अटारी बॉर्डर पे। अटारी बॉर्डर में हम लोग कैंप लगे हुए थे, वहाँ कुछ दिन रहे। यहाँ हमको आके बहुत तकलीफ हुआ, समझे, बहुत तकलीफ़ें हुई और आज भी अभी तक हम लोग जो है उस शौक को बर्दाश्त नहीं कर सकते।
And now the time comes when we shall redeem our pledge, not wholly or in full measure, but very substantial. At the stroke of the midnight hour, when the world sleeps, India will awake to life and freedom. 15th August 1947 midnight, India wakes to a new life of freedom. With 2 centuries of colonial rule, they had changed India from within, leaving the country ruined with poverty and hunger. Our founding fathers set out to wipe every tear from every eye. They needed a pole star, that single focal point to make India modern and progressive, something that captured the uniqueness of the chaotic but eternally hopeful nation. A bright light to illuminate the dark storm lashing the horizon of the future. The 1920s was an uncertain period for the Indian national movement, and then came the Chauri Chora incident. Mahatma had suspended the non-cooperation movement. 3rd February 1928, the Simon Commission arrived to view the Act of 1919 and was met with widespread protest as it had no Indian representative. The British, in arrogance, proclaimed that the Indians were incapable of self-rule and deciding for themselves. Lord Buckinghamhead, the Secretary of State, in response to Indians' reaction, laid down a challenge at the House of Lords. The founding fathers rose to the occasion and an all-party conference was convened in February 1928 led by Nehru. The committee drafted the Nehru Repeated it September 1929. They demanded self-government and the dominion status within the empire, but Quaid-e-Azam, the Muhammad Ali Jinnah, rejected the report, stating that from then on Hindu and Muslim parts fall different. He further countered the report with his infamous 14 points in March 1929. Meanwhile, the annual meeting of the INC was held in Lahore in 1929 under the presidency of Jawaharlal Nehru. They voted for historical resolution of complete independence and declared that the last Sunday of January 1930 as Independence Day. The resolution gave the British Parliament the ultimatum that if they accepted the report by 31st December 1929, Congress was adopt it as it is. If not, they would insist on complete independence. December 31st, 1929, the INC members gathered on the river Ravi. The British had paid no heed to the ultimatum, and the news of Swaraj flag was proudly unfurled. The freedom fighters were prepared for the fight, and this changed the course of history itself. Elections were held in 1937. INC came into power and formed ministries in almost all provinces. For the first time under British rule, Indians would become directly connected to the government. The dream of Indians becoming in power and serving masses had become reality. But the cheer didn't last long. World War II was initiated. Congress ministries resigned in 1939, protesting decision to involve India in war without permission. Multiple attempts of involving India in World War II failed. This meant the decline of English empire became inevitable. Mutiny against the naval ranking and the air force were final nail in the coffin. The cabinet mission plan arrived in 1946 to try and reach settlement acceptably to all stakeholders. The plan became the foundation for the establishment of the Constituent Assembly. The major ideas were discussed in the Constitution. The ideas of liberty, equality, fraternity, and justice were embedded deep into our constitution. On 26th Jan 1950, the constitution was enforced in the country. It is the foundation of free India.